Oh my gourd. Oh, get it? Pumpkin? Ha! Dad joke. Welcome back to the Crochet Crowd, as well as my friends at Yarnspirations.com. I'm your pathetic host today. 5mm size H crochet hook. I'm completely out of order, and we're going to be making these pumpkin spice crochet cozies, because you know pumpkin spice is the big to-do. We're going to begin today. There are two different color versions if you want. Both are the same as far as stitch work. You can decide any color that you want, and we're going to begin. So the color variations are on the pattern. See the video description for the link to this bad boy. And there's also, yes, crochet diagram, number 2. So without further ado, let's get hooking and let's start right away. Let's begin with the slip knot, and I'm going to show you a little trick right off the hop. And let's just chain 28, but I want to do just the first 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Before you continue, you don't want to twist this chain. So if you just tip it and get the first one and then go back, you're going to continue then. And 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, and 28. Once you have that, because you did this, you're not going to have a twisted chain. And once you have the 28, just yarn over, pull through and through. And bada boom, bada bing. And we're going to move on to round number 1. Round number 1, I want you to put the straggler with it and just chain up 1 so you can put the straggler underneath so you don't gotta sew. And the same one that you did the join with, I want you to put in 1 single crochet, going right up over top of that loose end as well. So you're gonna go into every one of the chains around. There's a total of 28. And you're gonna do that, so single crochet, and meet me back here in just a moment. So put me on pause now. When you get back around, make sure there is 28 before you join it. And when you do join it, you wanna make sure that you can follow the top of here. So just follow the top and make sure it's still on the top on this side, and therefore you'll know where to join it. So you're just gonna do a slip stitch to the first one. And pull through and through. Now, if you went over top of the straggler like I did, then you can just safely, just wherever that's popping out, just take it out of the equation and snippy snip. So let's begin round number 2. We need to get our secondary color, which is your gourd, aka pumpkin. Let's begin round number 2, and we are going to have our pumpkin as our next color. And when we're not using the color, it's carried behind the work, not underneath the stitches. So when we go to start round number 2, you're going to chain 1 and you're going to half double crochet in the same one of the join. However, you need to get ready because the ending of a stitch is the top of the next. So we need to have the next one as the pumpkin. So just leave it long tail. We'll secure that in later. And you're going to pull this yarn through. Leave the green behind the project. So don't worry about it and just go right into the next one. And you can kind of go over top of the tail if you want to there to get rid of this tail. So you're now going to do a bobble. So how you do that is you yarn over and you go into the next stitch, pull through 2 and hold. And you do that 4 times. So yarn over into the stitch, pull through 2 and hold. And you keep doing that until you see 5 loops on the hook. You're now going to kind of securely, and use your thumb to push forward, you're going to just pull through all of it like this. And then you're going to let the orange fall behind and grab the green that you had, and you're going to pick up the green and you're going to chain 1 with the green. So leaving the orange behind, so don't go up over it. You're going to half double crochet the next 3 as green, but the last one has to be changed on the very last pull through. So we start the first one. Keep your stitch work nice and tight to make sure these pumpkins stay popped out. So we have 1, 2, and the third, but we don't finish it. We let the green fall in behind and we grab the pumpkin color and we finish it, because that'll be the next one there. So when you pull that up, make sure that it's not so tight that it's not being flexible. So if you think it's being squashed a little bit, just ease off on the tension a bit. and then you can start your next bobble. So remember, the bobble is yarning over and in, pull through 2 and hold, and you do that 4 times. It's critical that when you pull through all of the loops, once you see 5, that you're tight about it. Okay, so use your finger, push forward, and be tight. So I did not allow any yarn to go in, so it pops it out. And once you have that done, let it go and grab the green again, and the green is a chain 1. And you'll do the next green like I just showed you. So you'll do the 3, and on the 3rd one, you'll change to the pumpkin color, and then you'll do another pumpkin in the next one, and do all this around for round number 2. So when you come all the way around, there's just 2 greens that are left. Now, it does not say to switch colors for the next portion of this. So you can either keep the pumpkin color just buried in behind and just leave it until you have to use it again, or you can trim it and fasten off properly. Once you're all the way back around, there's 2 after this last pumpkin, and you were going to slip stitch to the first green one here on this side. Okay, so you got your pumpkins all here, and we're now going to move on, and we need to get our stem color, which will then take us into round number 3. So let's begin round number 3. For tutorial reasons, I cut my pumpkin so that it's out of the way, and I want to have my brown ready. And so when we go to start, you're going to chain 1, and you'll single crochet in the top of the first half double crochet, that is the green one. But you don't want to finish it. You want to finish it with the brown, because the stem is going to be the top of the next stitch. So it has to be brown. So just looping it, and you'll secure that later. Now the pumpkins are made up of 4 double crochet. You're going to go between the 2nd and the 3rd one. So just go between the posts, and you're going to single crochet between them like that. So the pumpkin stem is next. So you go between the 2nd and the 3rd one, just in between, and you yarn over, pull through, but you don't want to finish it because you need the green to be ready for the next one. So picking up the green, you want to finish that one with the green there, because that's the top of the next stitch. So there's the stem of your pumpkin. So now here, these 3 are going to be green. And so you just got to watch the last one. So leaving the brown in behind so it's out of the way. And on the 3rd one, we switch back to the brown. So we grab the color from the brown ball. And when you pull into it, don't pull so that it's gonna condense anything. So keep it relatively taut, but not too tight. So then you're gonna go between the 2nd and the 3rd, and you're going to pull through, but you cannot finish with that color because you need the green to be the top of the next stitch. So you pull the green to finish, and there is your stem. So I need you to do this all the way around for round number 3. So when you get around on number 3, the last 2 are the green, and then you're just going to slip stitch to the first single crochet that you started with. So as we continue, you can keep your colors going. You will use the stems again. For tutorial purposes, I'm going to cut the stem color so it's out of my way, and we're going to be bringing back the pumpkins color yet again, and we're going to start round number 4 in just a moment. As we begin number 4, you're going to chain 1, and you're going to half double crochet in the first one. And then in the pumpkin stems, you were going to half double crochet in the back loop only. So if you go into the both, that's the full stitch. If you just go into the one behind, that's the back loop. So you're just going to half double crochet in the back loop only. And then you're going to half double crochet in the regular stitch, but the pumpkin is going to be next. And so I want to loop through my pumpkin to finish off this color of stitch here, so that the next topping is the pumpkin itself. So if that wasn't already off your needles, you're just going to pick it up for where it was and just drag it on the inside, but make sure it's not too tight. So now we're going to start, and the next one will be the pumpkin. So if there's 3 green stitches, it's always the middle one that is going to be the pumpkin, and it's the bobble that you already know it to be. And if you want to go over top of a straggler, if you have that, like I do, then you can go there. And so you'll do your bobble, and you have to see how many loops on the hook. Did you say 5? If you see 5, so pull tight like that, let it drop, and you're going to grab the green again and finish and chain 1 with the green, and then the next 3 here will be green. So let the pumpkin just ride in behind. So the first one is a half double crochet in the regular stitch. The next one is a half double crochet in the back loop only. And the next one is a half double crochet in the regular stitch. But because the pumpkin is next, we want to just drop that and grab the pumpkin color leading to the ball and finish it. So you're going to do exactly what you've done before. So your pumpkin, and then your 3 greens, pumpkin, and so forth. Please do this all the way around for round number 4. The last stitch when you come around on this round will be the bobbles. So we want to make sure that we switch over. And so this will be the last one. And then we'll get that done, pull through, and we want the green to finish. So we're going to pull the green, and this will be it for the pumpkin for again. And then we start in the top, we slip stitch to the top of the first half double crochet. So if you want to leave the pumpkin color on there, you can, because you will need it again. And then we're going to move on, and we're going to be bringing back brown because we need to put the stems on this one now. So we're going to begin, and you're going to chain a 1, and the first 3 will be the green, but you do need to change that last 3rd one to brown on the last one so that the top of the stem can be brown. So you just loop it in, and if you left it on your project, you can just carry it up. And it's like before, so you're going to separate the 2nd and the 3rd, single crochet, and change the yarn back to green just to finish that one off. And then you start with your next 3, and there'll be green. And so the 3rd one, you have to change the top back to brown. And then just keep making your pumpkin stems and continue that same idea going all the way around. I'll be right back. So when you get back around, you would have changed this so the brown here stem is the very last stitch. So now you've changed the top to be green, and so then you can slip stitch to the top of the first single crochet. So let's move on to round number 6, where we're going to be putting pumpkins in again, and we're going to start, and you're going to chain 1, and you're going to half double crochet in the first one. But we want to change this back to the pumpkin color. So I'm just going to put it back on. So if you're carrying it up on the inside, just grab it and pull it up. In my case, I'm just keeping it separate to make it easier to see on camera. And I'm using my pumpkin, and I'm going to bobble into the next stitch. Okay, pull through everything and grab my green. So this is going to be very similar to the last time we did pumpkin. So you pull through, and so the first green one here will be a half double crochet in the regular stitch. Keep things nice and tight, and then use the back loop only at the top of the stem for the next one, and then use the full stitch for the next half double crochet. And on the last pull through, make sure you get your orange ready so that the next one will be the pumpkin. So you're going to continue that same idea going around, and I'll see you at the end of the round. So I'm coming all the way back around, and I have 2 stitches left after the last pumpkin. Now the pumpkin color is technically done on this sample, so if you've been carrying it like a good person all the way through, now's the time to cut it, and you can weave in your ends. But for people like me that have been cutting as I go, I'm just creating this to be a little bit more work for myself. But then it's just, you have to decide what works for you. So I'm going to now move on, and we need to do stems for the last set of pumpkins that we just created, and we're going to be bringing in the brown. And like a good boy, I've actually been dragging my brown. So who would have thought, eh? So let's move on to the next round. So let's start the next round, number 7. You're going to chain 1, and you'll apply 1 single crochet with the green, but the stem has to be the next color, so we have to finish that with the green or with the brown, and then splitting the second and the third one. And the top has to be switched back to green to be ready for the next one. So the next 3 are green. So we have 1, 2, and 3. And we have to finish that with the brown so that the color will stay consistent. And then we split the second and the third. Okay, so you're going to do that all the way around for round number 7. We got one more round after this. Coming up to the end of round number 7, and I just slip stitch to the first green one here. So all colors are now done other than the main color. In my case, it'll be green. So I'm going to get rid of that. I'll pull that down. I will show you how just to weave in your ends later. And we got one more round, lucky round number 8. So last round it is just chain up 1, and you are going to apply 1 single crochet in each. If it's a stem, just stay in the back loop only to be consistent. And then the rest of them are just the regular stitches. So single crochet around and just handle those stems differently. And then we'll be back at the end of the round to just finalize today's tutorial. So I'm coming all the way back around, last one's in, and I slip stitch to the top of the first. Now, let's weave in our ends. I'm going to show you how to do it just on one of them. And so if you carried up your yarns and not cut them like I did, you won't have all of this hanging out at the bottom. They'll all be carried up on the inside. And to get rid of these, you just need to weave it in back and forth a total of 3 times. So any of the loose ends, so you are going to have a starting of the brown and the pumpkin color, but you would have carried it if you wanted to. And we are just going to secure it in with the tapestry needle. So looking towards the inside, just dragging it here. So don't allow that needle to come into the other side here to change any of the color sequence. So coming through once, twice, and 3 times is a charm. Okay, and so you're done with that. And so any of the other loose ends, you're going to want to do the same thing. And then once you secure this and you put it onto your cup, these pumpkins are going to jump out and it'll be a great time. So this here is the pumpkin spice crochet cozy.